I've been in your waters. I came for sure.
Hi, I'm Sammy G and I'm so excited that you're here and you've qualified for this exclusive VIP masterclass. To qualify, I know you've had to work really hard to hit this big milestone in your business and that you're super excited to learn about how we sell, how we build a customer base and how we build those long-term retention and relationships. So firstly, a little bit about me. I'm a mum of 5, living on the Gold Coast, and you can probably tell I'm a Brit. I'm an elite black one and a platinum black one, and I've built a team of over 3,000 social marketers and a personal pod close to 300 customers. I've been with Modere now for just 17 short months. I'm also a founder of Team Lionheart, and I've been working in this sort of online selling space for around 8 years now. I guess I've always been involved in selling in one shape, form or another in many of the past roles and the businesses that I've owned. I was a flight attendant for 11 years, which I absolutely loved. I was that hostie selling you your duty free on the flights, pushing that trolley up and down on my way to Mexico or across to Europe, like traveling the world footloose and fancy free. I've also owned a gym, worked in customer service and built so many client bases for over 20 years now. So you could kind of see I've got vast experience and knowledge in this exact area. So today in my training, I'm going to talk to you about the art of selling and how I sell to my personal customers. I'm so excited because during this, I know you're going to pick up some tips and also some ways to improve your processes with your customers and ultimately increase your business, which is the end goal. So firstly, what actually is selling and how can we make your process easier and much more effective? So selling to me, it honestly wasn't always this easy. I used to shy away from it, feeling like it was a yucky process, sort of forcing someone to buy your wares, so to speak. You know, that car salesman, dodgy type stuff. It actually used to make me feel really, really uncomfortable. That is until one day I had an epiphany. And it was during a selling training course, whilst I was a flight attendant all those years ago, that the penny actually dropped in a huge way for me. And it really turned everything about selling on its head. The trainer said to us all, how about you stop selling and you start helping? Wow, it was like a bomb drop for me. I'd never actually until that point thought about selling and that it was helping. It was something so simple but so huge for me, and it made such a big shift in my mindset, my approach to sales, customers in general, that it actually changed my career and my future forever. It was just from that simple sentence. So from that day on, I was on a mission to actually help as many people as I could, and in turn create as many sales as I could. I realized that if I believed in what I was selling and the person had a genuine need for it, then I could be the bridge in helping them find that solution to their problem. I worked out selling was actually a really positive process. It was a helping process, and it was so far from the negative thing that I previously thought that selling was. I really wanted all of my customers to come away thinking, wow, that really helped me, or now I've got over this problem, or that was exactly what I wanted, and have them happy. So if we start with that paradigm shift in our mindset and our approach to our business, that selling isn't actually an awkward thing, or that we're forcing someone to buy something that they don't need, and we really start understanding that selling is actually solution providing, that we're helping fulfill someone's need, we're actually fixing their problem, we're actually making things better for them. So if we can agree that now selling is solution providing, then how do we actually physically sell? Like, Sammy, what does that look like? So picture this. You're at the doctor's office and you have a problem that you need some help with. You know that once you go in, that doctor is going to ask you millions of questions about how you feel, how does it look, how long have you had this. He's going to go through this big checklist. He'll also do some testing, you know, maybe take your blood pressure, get a stethoscope out, check your temperature. Before he finalizes his consultation, offers his advice, and then usually he'll give you a prescription, maybe for some medicine or even a referral to another expert. So look at selling in your business, similar to the doctor's office scenario. You're like a virtual doctor's office where everyone who walks into your shop needs a consultation. They actually need an ear. They need to be understood. They need advice based upon what they're telling you. I mean, how can you recommend or sell anything if you really have no idea what the person needs or wants? So this is a top tip. If you haven't gotten to the bottom of their needs, I guarantee you there will be no sale. This is where a lot of people start to make these sort of excuses and say things like, no one wants my product. No one seems to want to buy this month, or it's too expensive. In fact, it has nothing to do with any of that, and a lot to do with the fact that you just haven't gotten to the bottom of what they really need. You haven't found that problem. So if you haven't found the problem, there's never going to be a viable solution to offer them. They need to feel heard, they need to feel understood, and that you're on their side, that you're working for them, you're not working for yourself, that you're invested in finding a solution to all of their problems. So let's call this the discovery sales process. Sometimes in running people through this process, you'll unearth a lot more of their problems than you initially thought. And you'll be able then to go on and offer solutions for more things if you do this the right way. The conversation may start off with, you know, I need a solution for my skin. And then you may find out they're actually looking to live a non-toxic life, or they want to buy some cleansing supplements, or they want to buy some other stuff that you have. And guess what? You have the exact solution for everything inside of your Modere shop. So you can see if you aren't asking good questions, then you really won't be able to sell, increase order baskets, or build a good trusted connection with your customers. So how do I sell? How did I get almost 300 customers ordering in my online shop? Firstly, the customers must have a desire to change. They may have seen one of your posts or your stories, they've messaged you, they've reached out and said, I want that, tell me all about it. But then what? Well, you're in the right place, because I'm going to teach you my exact selling process from first contact. So make sure you've got your pens, your paper and your ears switched on here. Step 1. When someone contacts me, the very first thing I do is add them immediately to the Live Clean Collective. This is a golden part of the process, so overlooked. Why do you think this is so important? Well, because it builds belief in your customer. They see other people on there, lots of other people, using the products, sharing their views, you know, sharing their testimonials and their opinions. And guess what? It's someone other than you, which is so important for credibility. The high number of people in that group also gives instant credibility. Put yourself in their shoes. If you walk into a shop with one customer versus a shop with a queue of 60,000 banging at the door waiting to get in, which do you think you'd be more intrigued by? Numbers really matter and are an instant tick in the credibility box in your customer's mind, which is absolutely necessary for selling. The Live Clean Collective is also another touch point of the selling process. It's widely known that us humans take around 7 to 12 exposures before we actually buy something. So every time you post or someone else posts in there, it's another tick in the exposure box for your customer. I like to call it a marination group, where people can sit in there and marinate in all of the Modere results, the testimonials, until they actually feel confident to buy. But there is something other than dumping people in there and running off. You must post. You must show up in there. Why? Why can't someone else do that bit? Can't I just add my people and leave? Sorry, you can't skip this part either. You posting in there and showing up regularly places you in a position of being an expert in their eyes. The go-to person for their wellness or skincare solutions, for example. So if you aren't showing up in there at least twice a week, take this as a big reminder that to increase sales, you must consistently show up as an expert. This is an easy way to do that, leveraging in that group. So I really hope you're starting to see that we listen people into our business. We listen for their problems. We listen to what they need and we offer a solution to them. Open-ended questions are the best ones to ask, especially during this discovery process, as they allow the person to be fully expressed and they answer, with long sentences and tell you more information. It's not going to be just that blunt yes or no. They usually start with when, what, where, who. For example, when did this start to bother you? What happened? Where did that happen? A top tip here, make a list of some open-ended questions on a Word document that you can use in a swipe file, especially if you find this kind of thing hard. You can have them close at hand whilst you're running your customers through this discovery process and just grab them as you need. So once you've completed this discovery process with your potential customers and you've found out the problem and you have in your mind a solution for that problem, what's next then? Well, I always give my customers 3 options: a good, a better and a best option. I've trialed everything, lots of different ways to do this, from sending a link and letting them choose, sending them 7 options, sending them 5 options, sending them 10 options, or listing what I use. But I find this is the most powerful. And I also do something very important here, and I upsell to increase their order basket. It's always much easier to upsell at this point, as the customer's in a buying mood and they want to buy now and they trust you. So some examples of how to upsell. You could say something like, I use this collection, I absolutely love it, but to maximize my results, I add in aloe and shape, for example. Or you could say, I tried the Lean Body System, I loved it, but I felt it was missing Axis, the new prebiotic. Have you heard of that? I think it would have been perfect if I'd have ordered that with my pack. So I'd suggest you grab that too. A couple of examples on upselling, really, just in a very sort of natural, helpful way. And you again could make a swipe file of all of your upsells. Next, make sure that you're walking that person through how to use that collection. And most importantly, why do they need this in their life? My suggestion here is that you go through each Modere collection that you want to sell and you list 5 FBMs. So what is an FBM, you ask? Well, it's feature, benefit, meaning. For example, feature, this product has aloe vera in it. Benefit, aloe has been proven to cleanse the gut tract. Meaning, effective weight loss begins in the gut, so having optimum gut health ensures maximum weight loss. I suggest you gather FBMs for each product or collection and store it again in another swipe file for you to use, so that when you're running through this sales process, you have all of this amazing information at hand, ready to grab. Some people find these type of conversations just flow off their tongue. It's really easy. Other people really struggle to know what to say. So when you're setting up these swipe files, it can be a godsend for most people. You could actually create a swipe file that has an FBM for every single Modere product in every collection. It would be a priceless tool for you to refer to and have in your sales arsenal. Remember, facts tell, but benefits sell. Weave stories, testimonials in when you're presenting the good, better, best options. Sending a testimonial, maybe from one of your team, or tagging them in the Live Clean Collective. Maybe giving them your personal testimonial. It's very, very important, hence why you should be your best customer. But I'll cover that in just a minute. In effect, you're working for your customer. They are employing you to find them a solution, and your fee is in the sale of the product. So your role here is to help them feel comfortable and trusting of you during this process. You want them really to feel like you are on their side. You're working for them. You're not working for yourself. And that you have their interests at heart. You know, you're searching for a great deal. You're actively looking for savings for them. And this part is where SmartShip should always come into every conversation. Every single customer should be on SmartShip and should be ordering from your store a wide range of products. Now, I know what you're all thinking. How on earth can I get people to buy laundry powder when I'm flat out getting them to buy collagen? Well, I have a bit of a way of doing this, and it's really easy and it really helps them, and it actually makes so much perfect sense to the customer. So I always ask them, would they like me to search for the best deal? As I've got some hacks of the system that I can use to get them some extra money off. Well, you can guess what the answer to that is. Of course, it's always big yes, please. It's at this point I bring in the conversation of SmartShip. I start to educate them on how I can swap costs that they're already spending in various shops into Modere, and in the process get them a huge discount on their collagen, for example. I show them that if they have to buy laundry powder, if they have to buy shampoo or body wash anyway on a monthly basis, then if they shop with me in Modere, every item in their basket increases their discount. Every person I've explained this to is like, wow, I need shampoo every month. Thank you for this hack. I want more money off my collagen. So I genuinely want to save my customers money. So why wouldn't I tell them about this? If I don't tell them and I rely on them working it out for themselves, I'm not really doing my job. My job, remember, is to gain their trust, help them find a solution to their problem, and also help them save money, of course. So another big way to help my customers in saving money is using Share the Love. We all buy through referrals now. Trustpilot reviews, you know, a friend sharing with a friend is a much easier way of doing business than constantly having to find new people every single month. So teaching your customers how to share the love is absolutely essential. It's an essential part of a successful business. If you don't tell them, they won't know. Don't be a lazy marketer and leave that learning up to them. It's your job to make it attractive. It's your job to teach them how to share the love. So how could you powerfully do that? An example. Hi Mary, did you know you have $100, pounds, euros of product vouchers loaded in your account to use? And all you have to do is share your code with 10 friends and help them get $10, 10 euros, 10 pounds off. So instead of give 10, get 10, think outside the box. Use the phrase share 10, get 100. It's a way more sweet spot amount for someone to actually be inclined and motivated to share. This process is the diamond of Modere. If you can teach this to every customer who comes into your business in a powerful way, you could be sat here with a huge platinum black pod in a very short time. friends, sharing with friends, sharing with friends is exactly what you want. It will build up that customer base and of course drive your volume up through the roof. So lastly, I set my customers up for long-term ordering. My language is always honest. You'll never ever hear me, take 1 spoon of this and you will lose 200 kilos by magic. Because if you aren't being honest, yes, you might get a quick sale, but long term, you will lose credibility and trust, and you'll lose those customers forever. So setting them up with the right expectations is absolutely paramount. So you have to change your language. You know, some examples could be, taking this spoonful of Shape will definitely increase fat loss alongside a healthy diet and exercise regime. That's something that's setting the person up for realistic expectations. Or you could say something like, this is something I started using 18 months ago. I love it. I now take it every day. I'm setting my customer up with the realistic expectations, but I'm already framing that this is a long-term product to use. Another one, the collagen is a long-term commitment because it's not only restorative, but it's also preventative. And I personally want to prevent any further damage. I'm sure you would too. So I'll use this forever. That's another way to set up a customer with a realistic expectation and also a long-term ordering mindset. So check in with your language and how you're setting up your customers for long-term success. This is not a send a link and a dump business. People are our commodity. And if you look after people and you're honest and you're really helpful with them and they feel like you're working for them, they will always order with you. So to summarize really quickly, number 1, add your prospects immediately to the Live Clean Collective. You should fully understand now. They don't need a million groups. They just need one powerful group. Why? To tick the box of credibility. Add value yourself in there at least twice a week. Testimonial of yours, a did you know, maybe some product info. Number 2, go through the discovery process with them and work out what their problem is. Listen them into your business. Number 3, offer them 3 options with an upsell at this point. Shoot for the stars, at least you'll reach the moon sort of thing. Number 4, set them up for long-term ordering and realistic success. Be honest, it will serve you long-term. Number 5, set up their smart chip, get them the best discount you can. Work with them on this and show them and explain the discount to them. Number 6, educate them on Share the Love and the $100 for sharing with 10 that's sat in their account waiting for them. Now, before I go, I will say this. You should be your best customer. You should be an advocate on what you're actually selling. You own an online shop, which is no different to you owning an actual physical shop. Let's say, for example, a coffee shop. Now imagine you own an amazing coffee shop, but every single day you pop over the road to the competitor and spend money in their business and buy their coffee instead of buying your own. That would not be any business sense whatsoever. You should be the biggest supporter of your own business and spending money in your store rather than spending money in someone else's. So my advice is to go through your entire house, swap out anything you've purchased from, say, the supermarket that you can purchase from your own shop in Modere. Use the products you actually sell. If you're not as supportive and a raving fan of your own products, it will be really difficult to encourage anyone else to be. And that's what you want, raving fans of your shop. Using your products and being genuinely passionate and educated about them will get the message across to your customers really easily and that energy. Remember, the best sellers are people who are genuinely interested in helping people. They're genuinely interested in their products and they truly believe they can make a difference to someone. So take your time with this process. Fall in love with it. Be excited about getting to know someone. Find the value in their life, in fixing their problem, or finding them a solution. And I promise you'll rarely come across any price objections if you follow this system. Oof, that was a lot of information, but I'm confident now that you have everything you need to go out there and build your very own Platinum Black Pod. The only thing standing between where you are right now and where you want to get to is that tiny little thing called hard work. So set your goals, perfect your system, get those swipe files ready, and get out there and start solving.
I've been